Sharpen the saw, principles of balanced self-renewal. Philosopher Herb Schaeffer described the healthy, balanced life around four values: perspective, spiritual, autonomy, mental, connectedness, social, and tone, physical. Sharpen the saw basically means expressing all four motivations. It means exercising all four dimensions of our nature, regularly and consistently in wise and balanced ways. This is the single most powerful investment we can ever make in life. Investment in ourselves, in the only instrument we have with which to deal with life and to contribute. The physical dimension involves caring effectively for our physical body, eating the right kinds of foods, getting sufficient rest and relaxation, and exercising on a regular basis. The essence of renewing the physical dimension is to sharpen the saw, to exercise our bodies on a regular basis in a way that will preserve and enhance our capacity to work and adapt and enjoy. Probably the greatest benefit you will experience from exercising will be the development of your muscles of proactivity. As you act based on the value of physical well-being instead of reacting to all the forces that keep you from exercising, your paradigm of yourself, your self-esteem, your self-confidence, and your integrity will be profoundly affected. Renewing the spiritual dimension provides leadership to your life. The spiritual dimension is your core, your center, your commitment to your value system. It's a private area of life and a supremely important one. I find renewal in daily prayerful meditation on the scriptures because they represent my value system. As I read and meditate, I feel renewed, strengthened, centered, and recommitted to serve. Immersion in great literature or great music can provide a similar renewal of the spirit for some. There are others who find it in the way they communicate with nature. The idea is that when we take time to draw on the leadership center of our lives, what life is ultimately all about, it spreads like an umbrella over everything else. It renews us, it refreshes us, particularly if we recommit to it. Most of our mental development and study discipline comes through formal education. But as soon as we leave the external discipline of school, many of us let our minds atrophy. We don't do any more serious reading, we don't explore new subjects. There is no better way to inform and expand your mind on a regular basis than to get into the habit of reading good literature. You can get into the best minds that are now or that have ever been in the world. I highly recommend starting with the goal of a book a month, then a book every 2 weeks, then a book a week. The social and the emotional dimensions of our lives are tied together because our emotional life is primarily but not exclusively developed out of and manifested in our relationships with others. We can do renewing of it in our normal everyday interactions with other people, but it definitely requires exercise. Most people are a function of the social mirror scripted by the opinions, the perceptions, the paradigms of the people around them. Get a thought: treat a man as he is and he will remain as he is. Treat a man as he can and should be and he will become as he can and should be. Renewal is the principle and the process that empowers us to move on an upward spiral of growth and change, of continuous improvement. Once we are self-aware, we must choose purposes and principles to live by. Otherwise, the vacuum will be filled, and we will lose our self-awareness and become like growling animals who live primarily for survival and propagation. The law of the harvest governs. We will always reap what we sow, no more, no less.